Hi everyone, today I filmed a tutorial on this look, which is a really glossy eye and a glossy skin. And this is a look which it was very quick, actually apart from all the talking, but the look was very quick and easy to achieve. And I think everyone loves the idea of a glossy eyelid. It's a very editorial look. I've been doing it for years for editorials, but in reality it's very hard to look after unless you just put the gloss straight onto the skin. But if you're using shadows or colours, they usually end up very creasy and quite messy. So I'm just going to show you a quick technique for how I am able to create a nicely sculpted eye with colour but also glossy, and the rest of the face is just very fresh. So I started by using the L'Oreal Infallible foundation, which is a long lasting, very good drugstore foundation. I'm just going to buff a light layer to start with all over. And then for concealer, I'm going to use the light medium Shape Tape for underneath my eyes and on any little blemishes. Just going to pat that in. The main blemish I've got at the moment is this one in between my eyes, which I'm not even sure it was going to be a blemish, but I turned it into one, which is really annoying because I could feel something under the skin. It felt like a block pore, and I started kind of digging my nails in when I wasn't really focusing, and the next thing I had created a crater. So I'm going to use a small brush actually with that one. A dab of concealer, and then I'm going to just stipple this on because it's almost more kind of dry skin at the moment, so dry skin with a bit of colour. Okay, before I actually finish that concealing, I'm going to go on to highlighter. I'm going to use the Tarte Dull Glow. This is the lightest shade, so it's slightly warm, slightly golden. Because I'm using all liquid products, I'm not going to do any powdering at the moment because until all my liquids are in place. Okay, so I'm not going to go on to liquid blush yet. I'm going to try and incorporate that into the eye makeup. So I'm going to do it all as one thing in a minute. So while my base is settling in, my pinpoint concealing and that little bit of highlighting that I just did, I'm going to move on to eyes. So talking about eye gloss is something that I've used editorially for 20 or 25 years that I've been doing makeup for editorial shoots, and I just think it always looks beautiful. However, it's very difficult to translate it into real life. Less hard now because there's just better products available, but even now, if you want to do it, unless you're just putting the gloss directly onto the skin, which is the easiest way to do it, but if you're combining it with eyeshadows and colours, it will usually break down, the gloss will break down the colour that you've used underneath, and you end up with creases, which for some people is fine and other people don't like creases. So there is a fine line between a really nice lived in glossy eye and something which just looks a hot mess. So I'm going to show you a way of doing a glossy eye but with a little bit more sculpting and shaping. So I'm going to start by using two paint pots, and these are just to sculpt my eyes. So this is Groundwork and Quite Natural. These are cream shadows which I find I can use underneath a gloss and they don't break down, they don't become very creased. However, they're still really good for creating, I'd say, a good shape to the eye. So I'm using the lighter one. Actually, that's not Groundwork. I picked up the wrong one. Camel Coat. I didn't want that. There's Groundwork. It's just a bit too grey for me. I tend to use more of like a warm one. So I'm just going to go over with Groundwork. And what's good about these is that they really set. So next I'm going to use Quite Natural, which is more of a browny colour. I'm going to apply it with a brush. Just bring it into the contours of my eye. So you can see I'm just creating really kind of a natural shadow there. This is one from my kit, and I think the lid's been off it because it feels a bit drier than usual. But it's fine, it still does the same job exactly. So it's just giving me more shape. And then at the outer edges, I'm going to use the same quite natural colour and just create a very natural shadow underneath my lower lashes. And then at the outer edge, just bring more shading. Let's just press a little bit more with the brush and kind of wing up a little bit, just so it all joins in and the shadow feels very natural. Obviously this can be adapted to suit your eye shape, as can the colours. These colours work well on my skin tone, but you'll need a darker shades for darker skin tones. So you can just see this kind of natural eye shape developing. So while that's settling in, I'm going to just curl my eyelashes and I'm going to apply a smudge-proof mascara. And that's really important when you are applying something glossy to your eyelid, that you need something which is something like a tube technology mascara. So one of those that only comes off with hot water. I'm going to use Fairy Drops, which is a Japanese formulation and is smudge proof. I put plenty of mascara on. So next I'm going to apply a liquid blush. This is a really bright pink one. So I'm going to put it on the back of my hand first. Liquid, because it's going to be too intense otherwise. I'm actually going to use my foundation brush just to dilute it a little bit. Pat all over my hands. And then start to blend. It's already too strong, so you can see why you need to dilute this one down. But it's an amazing pigment. Just going to use an empty brush to buff in. I'm going to use a little bit more on my brow bone there, just where the edge of that brown colour is. And a little bit above the brow bone as well. You'll have to go back in and conceal something there. That's why it's good not to powder when you're working with lots of liquids and creams. So you've got the option of going back in whenever you want. And same this side. And again, this is something I can use the gloss on top of because it's a liquid which sets. So I'm going to leave it to set while I just re-conceal and do my eyebrows. Actually, I'm going to go back in with the pink just from the back of my hand and put it on my eyelid as well. It's another setting product, and because I put such a thin layer of the paint pot, which is now completely set, I can get away with putting a thin layer of this. It's almost just tinting what's there already, but it's not going to be thick enough or move around when the gloss goes on. But I think that hint of pink on the lid is really nice. And because we've got the structure already of the paint pots, the browns and the kind of more skin tones, it stops it looking like pink eye, like a sort of sore eye. So I'm just going back in with concealer where I disturbed a little bit of concealing above this brow. I'm going to mix it with a tiny bit of the blush as well. So it's my concealer but a bit pinker. I'm going to use a MAC pencil. I'm only really using this to fill in a couple of gaps. Let's give those a brush. And use the Glossier Boy Brow. This is the brown one. This just tints the hairs a little bit, but also gives a really nice structure to the brows. And if once you've done this, you still think, oh, there's a little gap here, or you can still go back in with a pencil and just fill in any gaps. And you still have that very natural looking full brow. So before I do the glossy eye, I'm going to do my lips. I'm going to use this Clio Makeup. This is a liquid lipstick, but it's also a matte one, which I think by the time I've done the glossy eye, and I'm actually going to add some gloss to my highlights, I personally feel like a glossy lip as well is just all too much, and it kind of takes the focus away from the eyes. So I'm just going to apply this quite naturally. I've gone for more of a neutral colour, since I do already have a lot of pink on my face. And then I'm just going to use fingers to sort of press this in. It's like a pressed lip. Just going to keep pressing it in until it kind of sets. For my actual lip line, I'm going to use the same thing. I'm just going to take a tissue and take off most of the product, so I'm leaving a tiny little bit still on the applicator. I'm just going to almost buff that along the lip line. So it's a very lightweight lip and shouldn't detract from the glossy eye. So onto the eye gloss, and I'm going to use the Kevyn Aucoin. It comes in 3 shades. The shade I'm using is Moonlight, which is a transparent gloss with some pearl, cool tone pearl. I'm going to use a brush to apply it, and I'm just going to start to pat. This will help me not to disturb what's underneath as well, which is really so well set now. It's not going to go anywhere. And it also means that I don't have to use too much gloss. So I've gone right up to the socket line. I'm not really going to go above that because it's going to move anyway. Always think about that because gloss tends to have a little life of its own and move around. So I'm going to check back with this in an hour, so you can see how well it's lasted, and also how just how it moves. I'm going to put an extra dose just at the centre, because that's where it always looks so nice, when it's just at the centre of the lid. And then I'm going to use a tiny amount just on my fingers. I'm just patting on top of my cheek. I'm not going to do loads because it just ends up looking really greasy, which looks lovely in editorials, but in real life just looks like you've eaten something greasy and kind of smeared it onto your cheek. But it looks so nice when it's just really pushed into the skin. So just patting it. Again, with the heat, it's going to move around a bit. And because we want to make sure the whole look is kind of fresh, I'm going to now powder as well, because I haven't powdered anything yet. So I'm going to powder all down this shape here. So just underneath my eyes and down from the corner of the eyes down towards the nose, end of the nose. I'm just really settling in that concealer that I did there for that blemish and chin. So the only thing catching the light should be the eyelid and the top of my cheeks. So I'm going to give that an hour or so, and then I'm going to come back to you. Okay, so it's been at least an hour. I just did a very long conference call, so I think it's about an hour and 20 minutes. And my eye makeup, which I'm going to zoom in on. Let's have a look. Okay. Hasn't creased. The gloss has got a tiny crease in it. Well, I mean, this is with a 10 times magnifying mirror. I mean, it hasn't creased. I'm going to zoom in now so you can have a look. The gloss has not moved. And there's no creasing, not that you can see at all. And I'd expect them to stay like this for the rest of the day. So that's the finished look. It's just a really nice, fresh makeup look with a glossy eye. And a glossy eye that has some definition and some colour in it as well. And you can experiment with different products. You don't need to necessarily use the gloss that I've used. You can experiment with maybe some lip glosses that you have at home, some clear lip glosses, or even just Vaseline type, petroleum type products. Nothing with anything strong in though, because otherwise you can get irritation in the eye. So something with maybe no fragrance in. And it really is about creating that stable base underneath. So I've used creams which really set and in very thin layers. It's better that than using things like eyeshadow powders, because as soon as you put a glossy product on top, it will break down the product underneath, and then it will start to gather in the creases, and that's how it gets kind of messy. So creating that stable base and then using really a very thin layer of your gloss over the top, and that will help you to keep that look all day long. So do experiment with the products and also with maybe the colours, and send me your looks. #myLisaLook. Send it to me on Instagram or Facebook, because I love looking at all of your looks.